Hey, how are you? For today's journal session, I wanted to talk about something really close to my heart. You see, on my desk, tucked away between acrylic organizers chock full of stationery, there is a picture of me on a turtle floater by the pool of my old house. It was taken by my good friend Renee, who used one of those big old Polaroid cameras you used to see on Tumblr a lot, not one of the more modern Instax cameras. I can't have been more than 16 at that time, but even then I knew that film must have cost a fortune for that thing, so when she let me keep it, I was really overjoyed. Nevertheless, I never posted that photo anywhere. Not that I had to, but at that time I was knee deep in the business of posting pictures of myself. So why? I look at it now and remember. I look too fat. My face looked too round. You can see where the fat in my thighs seemed to hang off the back of my legs. My underwear hugged my hips, emphasizing my love handles. Don't even get me started on my stomach, never mind that my organs needed that space to function. Anything short of flat was fat to me. We're taught to break apart our bodies under a microscope that way. Oh, my fingers are too stubby, my nose is too round. All the while, companies get rich selling us even more things to be insecure about and the antidote to those insecurities. Just look at the trends of the beauty industry the past few years. We went from liking matte, heavily contoured looks to desiring glass skin and applying dewy, no makeup looks. The goalpost is ever shifting. Don't even get me started on diet fads and detox teas on Instagram. Is it really any surprise none of us are ever happy with how we look? See, the thing is, we all just want to look healthy, but healthy looks different on everyone. Therefore, healthy is harder to sell if it sells at all. But you know what sells? Insecurity. If you tell someone, hey, you're looking a bit fat, but not to worry, we've got the perfect tea to help you slim down, that sells. When they prey on our insecurities, we learn to depend on their solutions. And when we depend on their solutions, we shell out money hand over fist. I've always struggled with body image issues ever since I was a child. Back then, I'd always been too chubby to appeal as a suitable teammate to the other neighborhood kids during games of patintero or soccer or agawan base with flip-flops. When I did get to join, I was saling pusa. My participation didn't count. Playfully, as kids do, they called me lapis batchoy, a play on the batchoy or fat. At a young age, I learned pretty quickly that the size of your body plays a big role in if it doesn't actually determine how you are treated. I grew up with a loving mother who, for all her good intentions, only endowed me with a deeper insecurity about my body, this time in relation to others. When I was your age, she used to say, I was this skinny. Never mind that we grew up under different circumstances. I grew up believing that skinny means beautiful, and since everyone around me fit the bill, I was, and I remember loving this book a lot, The Ugly Duckling. Except, I wasn't so sure I'd ever grow up to be beautiful. If everyone was skinny at this age, then the only logical reason for my not being skinny was that there was something inherently wrong with me. I watched my mom go on diets. I was too young for it, she said, but the implication was that I would, someday, when I'm older. That I should, if I wanted to be beautiful. My dad never went on diets and he had a firm, round belly. None of my brothers felt compelled to do so either, so it must have been a strictly female thing, I thought. Then I grew up, got older, discovered blogging, particularly about fashion. I followed the likes of Camille Co and Patricia Prieto, all skinny, all beautiful. Whether or not that was their intention, and I'm leaning towards not, I wanted near desperately to look like that, to feel as happy and confident within my body as their pictures made them seem. That's when I discovered a nifty little tool on Photoshop that while useful, yes, had insidious implications for my younger self. The Liquify tool. Armed with a camera pointed at an angle and some light photoshopping, I got to work. I don't think I ever set out with the intention of fooling anyone other than myself. I just wanted to look how I thought I should. And now, when I look back at the raw, unedited photos, I remember the gut wrenching feeling of thinking I looked too fat, too round and bulbous, ugly. The only good thing is, with fresh eyes, I'm able to disagree with those feelings. At 22, I can say with full confidence that I was never as fat as I felt. But even if I was, even if I had been, did it really matter? Who cares? Were we just the size of our bodies? This question lingered inside me. It grew, it bubbled, it ballooned into this anger, this resentment. Why do we as a society put such a premium on being beautiful? Not as in that we have beautiful, happy smiles, but as in our smile is beautiful because we have white teeth and plump lips. I excavated my innermost being for answers and found instead that I didn't actually care about those things. Not really. I'm sure there's a biological answer, a sociological, physiological, psychological reason for our desire to be beautiful, something to do with mating or whatever. But honest to God, short of being a PhD candidate, who cares? When I think of beautiful about the things that strike me as such, I think of my best friend's laughter when I send her a really funny meme, or of the smile on my boyfriend's face when I look up from my writing and catch him watching me. I think of sunsets and sunrises, the clouds down below when you're 30,000 feet in the air on an airplane flying home or away from it. I think of the silence, the pure bliss I feel when my writing is going well. These are the things I find beautiful, or some of them anyway. At my skinniest, when I was grieving my father, I didn't feel beautiful. I felt, as I had always felt, fat and ugly and insecure. I was too angry with the world to care about being beautiful. What did it matter if it wasn't gonna bring him back? Having moved past that, I can say now that it was never the size of my body, despite my upbringing, that made me feel beautiful. I feel beautiful not when I'm skinny, but when I'm honest with myself and the world. I feel beautiful now, talking to you, like this. And when I say beautiful, I don't mean the kind of beauty that's skin deep. When I say beautiful, I mean it in the sense that there is so much good in this world. The lush mountains, the raging seas, the stars twinkling in the night, that kind of beautiful. The one with the world, take your breath away kind of beautiful. So all is right, this is who I am and who I'm meant to be, where I'm meant to be kind of beautiful. This realization, of course, didn't come easy. It is hard won. The past few years, I've taken to hiding myself from the world, ashamed of my weight gain, worried about what people might say, that they'd think I have no self-control, that my weight gain was a moral failing. Even just eating out in public became a tedious, guilt and shame-ridden affair. I feared the service staff were making jokes about how much I was eating behind my back, even if I wasn't actually eating much. I knew, logically, they didn't actually care, but that wasn't enough to stop me from freaking out. So eventually, I just stopped going out. At home, I tried to diet. I paid a nutritionist a handsome amount of money to help me lose weight, and failure to stick to those diet plans led to bouts, the cycles of self-loathing. I try intermittent fasting, go too hard, feel sickly, then quit, rinse and repeat. In other words, I punished myself and my body for being, well, what it was. I looked at other people and wondered, what am I doing wrong? What are they doing that I'm not? Do my boyfriend's friends wish he'd been with someone else? Someone skinnier, richer, prettier, someone from where they came from? From Cebu? Does his mother look at me and think, This is not who I want my son to be with. Do they think he can do better? Can he? These thoughts played in a loop on my mind. My shortcomings and failures seemed to stack up one after the other. College dropout, failed entrepreneur, overeater. I'd be lying if I said that they don't anymore, because sometimes, oftentimes, they still do. And while I don't claim to have all the answers, I'm choosing instead to be kinder to myself, more gentle. I'm trying instead to love my body for what it is and to work hard to keep it healthy, out of love and not as a desire to be seen as attractive. Attractive here used synonymously to worthy. I'm trying also not to view myself as a series of failures because I've been trying my best each day, and that's gotta count for something, right? I used to think that skinny meant beautiful all the time. Now I know better. Now I know the truth. Happy means beautiful. Loving yourself with a kindness and understanding and a gentleness only you can provide for yourself means beautiful. Trying each day to be better than the last, that's beautiful. And I guess in that sense, in my own little way, as nervous as it makes me to admit it, I'm already beautiful. I have always been beautiful.